Let's go to Antarctica, Rod. We always hear about Antarctica when we, when we go deep in ancient times. A lot of us marvel at the pyramids in Egypt. What pyramids are at the bottom in the water in Antarctica? What
They
civilization?
got them on, they got them on land and in the water. That was one of the biggest metropolises during the age of the Atlantic. We didn't call it Atlantis, we called it the Atlantic.
Why?
That was the name of it. And then you had cities like Undal and Untal, right? So the city that's became known as the Hidden Lands, the um, Amenti.
Mm,
Amenti means the hidden land, the unknown lands. The
mm,
unknown lands is talking about that thin place between spiritual and physical, where
mm,
people keep seeing this infinite plane
mm,
because they're looking at the full spectrum of the um, timeline from outside the timeline. So they think it's an infinite plane, but we really in the torsion field.
right.
The bottom or the top of the torsion field is the stem of the apple that we would call Antarctica. But it's a hole down there that takes you into the inner earth. There's one in the North Pole too. That's how you know we live in the torsion field. But when we go into our awakening, we see the infinite plane. And we know what we've seen with our spiritual eye is more dependable than the physical. So the ones of us that believe it's flat, they convinced to that because they seen the probability spectrum and timeline, and they can see it as an infinite plane in their spiritual senses. So their spiritual senses is more important than their physical senses is to them. They would rather be spiritually in tune than to be educated by the world around them.
Somebody said Superman spaceship crashed in Antarctica.
Um, it depends on which one of the parts of it you're watching, because some of them is happening in the North Pole,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's still in the icy climate. It's a crystal castle. If you pay attention to it, it's a crystal castle, right? It's in the cold climate. That's the castle of the princess of the North, the Notre Dame, the
Mm-hmm.
Dame of the North. Who is the Dame of the North? She's the princess where the ice is. She's the ice princess. When she get ready to be crowned queen, she becomes Isis, the embodiment of full divine feminine.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of the mapping ancient history in order to restore back Earth to the original people. It's the perpetual process of redemption. And that's why they always talking about crucified saviors, because we was under a blood oath contract that relied on crucified blood to make us comply, because we didn't comply without that. Because the blood of the righteous shall not be spilled in vain. Both the good and the bad said that.
Right. Since we talking about melanin, the different colors we were throughout the history of humanity in this realm. You mentioned blue. You mentioned green. We know movies are oftentimes not entertainment, and the secret societies and even CIA damn controls Hollywood, and they put a lot of history within the movies disguised as entertainment. What is the deal when you see characters, Rod, like blue characters, like you mentioned Avatar? When you see Sonic the Hedgehog, they done made 3 damn movies about Sonic, cartoons and video games. When you see things like the Smurfs, what do you think when you see these blue entities on camera?
You don't know where the Smurfs come from,
I've heard it. I done forgot. I done heard so much shit. I heard it. People
huh?
say it. Yeah.
In the
Well,
Appalachian Mountains, when Scott and Scotia escaped the assassins from Europe, Vikings brought them over here. Where Scotia went, they named it later on Nova Scotia. Where
mhm.
Scott went, we call Appalachia. When you go in the Appalachian Mountains, they was being sunburned real bad. Big Mama told them
Some kind of Kim Jong Un type dude. Go ahead.
He can't. It's not possible. There's too many systems and checks and balances in place. He can't never, even if he try to go rogue, there's something there to stop him. He's anything that he's doing right now, Department of Defense, military high command, and the White Hats, whatever the F we want to call them, have already advised him this is within your power to do this. Right? You got to remember, it's a whole bunch of senators and congressmen that's from central casting that ain't really in DC. Right? They using skin masks, deep fake, AI, green screen, skin mask, the whole name, in order to hold this illusion in front of y'all up. But the illusion is falling down on its own because people are starting to see exactly the blatant contradictions of the old regimes, the inner workings of how they attack the domestic side of us, right? I told you, the babies got it now. The babies know about Move. The babies know about Mumia Abu Jamal and the police busted him upside his head and shot his partners. The babies know about it now. The babies know about Black Wall Street. They know about Rosewood. And they know that that ain't no African American or niggas. Them was the natives of the land that they was trying to move so that they could seize the land. We know about St. Bernard Parish, the shelf of New Orleans that was sunk. Right? We know about all of this. We know how they switched us out in the Dawes Road now. It ain't no secret no more. We know that they want us to surrender who we is so we can't never reclaim our birthright to the land. They keep forgetting that we don't own the land owns us. We just the caretakers. So the land gonna tell us that we need to start taking care of the land because it's going to blight. And it shows in all of the aspects of the human society. All of the societies is breaking down at the same time, no matter what form they are. Think about that. Why are they all breaking down at the same time and they're not all the same types of government? They're not all under a single dictator, or are they? Right? You see it going on in Africa, kicking France out, sick of their shenanigans. Multiple countries, French-speaking countries, is aligning with Ibrahim Traore to oust the colonist control over their domestic affairs. They know how to handle their people because they people. This is why they want us to get up and go to Africa, because then if we all go to Africa talking about we going home, we don't got no land over there. We don't got access. We don't got no motherland coming out of Africa. Our motherland coming out of Mesoamerican, the Fertile Crescent of the Gulf of America, formerly the Gulf of Mexico. That's where our genetic stock come from the Amazon in South America all the way around to the Mississippi in North America. Mitochondrially tied to this land. And it's just nature. It's not anything that they can tell us, the ones who know what's going on. What we know is confusing to a lot of people, but what we know is in our blood. It ain't on no paper. Our DNA tell us we belong here. We've been saying it, but we've been whispering it on the low. You know, we got Indian in us. Grandma said we have Indian. Big Papa say we ain't no African, we Indian. We was always here. What are you talking about, Mama? I don't know what your granddaddy talking about. What they tell you at school? Okay, then. I'm right here with your granddaddy talking about with his old ass sitting up there rocking in that chair, spitting that tobacco off the porch. We don't care about what he's saying. Right? What they tell you in school, what your history books say. Who is we in the history books? They say we slaves, we come from Africa on ships. Okay, then. Well, Papa said we was already here. don't hear what your papa talking about. He ain't been to school. He ain't got a 3rd grade education. That's probably a good thing. Because the education system is the programming network for them to steal your baby's minds to work for their interests.
Hey, Rod, somebody said, what does, shout out Oakland, man. Shout out that boy, NPC game, man, in Oakland. What does the wood snake lunar New Year resonate with? The wood snake lunar New Year's resonate with?
That's coming from the Chinese zodiac, the year of the snake, and the element that is under is wood, but you also have a wood snake in nature. If you look up wood snake, it tell you the characteristics of the snake, which will tell you the nature of the frequency of the year of the wood snake. It don't tell you what's gonna happen. It just tell you that the energy will be moving along these lines as a wood snake. Right? So it's I didn't do the investigation on it because I'm looking for the Mardi Gras. I'm waiting on that. I haven't even did no new research about.
Yeah, Washington. Somebody said, could you go in on the gold being heist from 9/11 deal?
Yeah, that was discovered when one of the van's tires melted trying to escape, and it got trapped down there. And then they realized that it was multiple vans full of gold, and they also got footage of them on some kind of camera that they had in there loading the gold up. That's how we know about it. It's probably going to come out with the release of the 9/11 files. That should be coming up soon.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, that's another thing, man. Donald, like he releasing the stuff about which we already know about the Kennedy, the driver shot him. We already Bill Cooper had already told everybody, William Cooper. But all of this stuff that's being released, Martin Luther King, we knew we knew that about that. So a lot of the stuff that's coming out, we already knew. But Trump, it's like it's all coming out. That's why I like the year of truth, 2025, man.
Remember, the Supreme Court of the United States had ordered the case file sealed for Martin Luther King, JFK, RFK into the year 2025.
Yeah.
Right? It's the year 2025, so they already knew. That's also in Behold a Pale Horse. You talk about it in there, and it's another book called War at Home.
Mm-hmm.
I think he talk about it in there too. He got a thicker version of it that go into more stuff, but it's not called War at Home, but it's the same author and it's the same material, just expanded. But in there, he talk about the sealing of the files. Tupac files were sealed to 2025, but they released them early. They released Tupac files, Biggie files, Michael Jackson's, Prince, all of them celebrities' files have been released,
So
and all of them being extorted by the JDL.
So do it, yeah. So do the Tupac file? Do it say that they still don't know his whereabouts? They can't confirm his death.
Who?
Tupac.
Wait a minute. Say it again. I didn't understand the question. I didn't hear the question.
The files they leak, did it go into that he faked his death?
No, it's they go for the Las Vegas narrative in the file, and they stop reporting on it at 2025. But one of the Las Vegas homicide detectives did a newspaper report, and he said, and there's more evidence Tupac is alive than dead. So I don't know what they're doing with Keefe D.
Damn. I believe that too, man. It's too much. It's too much shit. Then how the hell he gonna shoot a video about him escaping to Mexico and then on the
but Mexico, it was Arizona.
Okay, Arizona. Yeah, well, yeah, to the Nation of Islam camp.
Wasn't the Nation of Islam camp? It was a reservation.
Like for the Nation of Islam?
No, the native
women. It was Muslim women in the video.
The right, but them just the people that was in the video. It was okay. So they built up. There was some of the poorest tribes on the land was in Arizona.
Okay. Yep.
And Tupac wanted to give some economic stimulus to those impoverished tribes down there.
Wow.
And one of them adopted him as their high chief. And they all swore allegiance, and they got a whole bunch of Cali. It'd be a bad idea to run up on him, I can tell you that. No matter who you is, it's a bad idea. If he ain't coming and invite you to come see him like he did DMX. That's what DMX got arrested in Arizona for. They wanted him to tell him more about this, what Tupac was doing. He want to know what he up to. They know he ain't gone, but they want to know what he up to. And DMX played crackhead. Oh no, I just sitting there looking for something, put something in the air, smoking or something. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man,
right. Remember Dog Man got caught playing the police?
Yeah.
Remember what he said he told him?
You said Dog Man, the dog DMX.
Yeah. You remember what he said he told the police?
Nah, I don't remember.
He said he told the police, y'all actors, y'all playing the role. I might as well get in on some of this too.
Yeah.
And that's why they arrested him.
That's crazy.
He told them they was acting, playing a role.
Hey, what you say don't make sense. It sound about right because they kind of show like they kind of allude to the fact that the Nation of Islam might have helped him, like helped some kind of way, helped him get to that part too. You think so?
Well, based on Quincy Jones said that it was the Nation of Islam that did the shooting in Vegas.
Damn. Yeah, the same with Biggie. They said the same about Biggie. A dude dressed like the Nation of Islam was the one that he like a dude that did the shoot.
It's basic math 101. Why was Rizza Islam present when Nipsey got shot?
Damn, this is getting.
Why was Nipsey mama sitting in the same parking lot when Nipsey gets shot in the car? What was she looking for? She the one said it out of her mouth. She said, I was there. I was sitting right there in the car. So she knows something. What she know? Right?
Good question.
So it's a whole lot of other stuff going on. We know who put the hit on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they can, according to the rules of war. Remember Tupac said, I did everything righteous by the rules of war. You remember him saying that?
Right.
Okay, now, according to the rules of war, if a general or a high-ranked military official on the battlefield is at a high chance of being assassinated, then it's the supreme commander's job, the one that's the overseer of all of the leaders, to pull him off the battlefield so that his valuable strategic knowledge can be used, but they can't assess for him on the battlefield. Right? That's straight out of Machiavelli, straight out of Sun Tzu, straight out of Mao Zedong. Right? So when you take somebody out of the game, that means you confirm that he's the target. It's like when you playing chess and somebody pushing too hard on you, and then you have to make a castle move.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. Somebody said, why are Africans trying to claim us now, trying to say we are from Africa?
Listen, all Africans don't think we from Africa. Most of them know we not from Africa, but everybody that look like us ain't us. Some of the people that's trying to lure us over there is doing that because they work for somebody who want to lay claim to this land.
The black hand, white glove. You said it. I've been noticed they doing that though. They the one promoted the go back to Africa thing. They the one set up the Pan African movement. These guys, I mean, not the Pan African movement. Well, I mean to say the JDL.
Listen, that's where your Niagara movement came from. All those was being put together at the same time. The Niagara movement became the NAACP.
Yeah.
Their job was to get the angry niggas and calm them down. That's it. Nothing else.
Damn.
Because if you pay attention, all they ever did is calm the angry niggas down when they got mad. They never did nothing else.
Yeah. Jesse Jackson's, the Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharp, the niggas.
Anyway, so these organizations is being put up as institutions because it's easier to fight an individual with an institution than it is to fight him alone.
Right.
And so they wage war against us individually, and because we don't know it, we end up getting slapped by the invisible man. We gonna fight the nigga closest to us. We get slapped upside the head by the unseen hand. As soon as we turn around, we see somebody that's from the neighboring tribe, and we think he's the bad guy.
Right. Right.
He ain't the unseen hand. He got slapped by him too. That's why he over here looking at you.
Somebody said, will the United States go to war with the Mexican cartel?
That's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. It says, let's see, Nipsey Hussle. Is Nipsey Hussle still alive?
He's in Eritrea. He went back to his people's land to lay low until the storm was over.
What else y'all got, man? It says, how many original tribes are in America currently?
It's thousands of us over here. Tribes is families,
Yeah,
extended family structures. Yeah. And they broke up the families in order to break up our understanding of how to operate from the farm to the city. They wanted to make a disconnect. Every family had a family farm that they turned into a plantation. They turned Big Mama house into the big house. Sweetheart swindled their way in to sell the land because we didn't believe in selling land. It's all in front of us, but we seeing it from where somebody else is telling us to look. But look where they told you not to look, you're going to find more of the right answers than to look where they told you to look. Because when you look where they tell you to look, that's the same as the herding dog herding the sheep in the direction he want them to go.